Hello guys, this is Deathtrooper with you here. This is a special cast. This is footage from the tournament Newegg Summer Wanfest 2010. Now in this video, I'm actually in it, as you'll notice. Deathtrooper here, me, the orange Terran spawning in the top right location. My opponent here, Commander, the green Terran spawning in the bottom left location. Now I've actually gone 3 rounds so far. I'm on the 4th round, which the game starts tomorrow. And there's 7 rounds total, and then it's the final round. And the grand prize, I believe, is $2,000. This was an open invitation tournament, so anybody could join, and it was free to join. So I have joined this tournament, and so far so good. I wish I had the other games to cast for you guys, but I didn't cast them in time, and after 10 replays, Blizzard deletes your previous replays and posts new ones. So I've played 10 games since my other games. My first matchup, I got a bye, so I just got right to round 2, and a lot of people actually got a bye. I'm not too sure why they did it that way, but that's how it worked out. My second round, which was actually the first games I played, was against a guy who was also a Terran and a Diamond player, and he put up a very good show. And anyway, here my scout has come to Commander's base, and I've actually delayed his barracks, as you can see. Now, what I was originally planning on doing at the start of the game was the 1-1-1 build. That's standard Terran versus Terran. It helps you get a Viking out in time in case they Banshee rush you. You have siege tanks out in case they Marine Marauder rush you. And I even managed to get the kill on his unit there. And I'm keeping my scout alive. As you can see, my APM is like 150 right now. His is only 40. He's not a very good player. My first game I played, it's actually best 2 out of 3 each round, and the other previous person I played, he was really good. He was a Diamond player as well, and they were really close games, but I won 2-0 in those games. The first one he tried to do Banshees against me, but I did the 1-1-1 build and had Vikings out faster than him, so I was able to thwart that, and then I eventually slowly pushed towards a victory, being ahead in Vikings. The second game he played straight up 1-1-1 as well with Vikings, and I did the same. Actually, I started off with a heavy Marauder push, and he was able to defend that successfully with bunkers, so then it transitioned into a 1-1-1 from both sides, and that turned into a long macro battle. It was on this map, our second game. We had taken almost all of the expansions, and then eventually I just had enough forces to overwhelm him. Anyway, in this game, for whatever reason, Commander is actually a silver level player, so I guess there's no minimum requirement for being able to join a tournament like this, but obviously you're not going to last long against higher level players. I'm a Diamond player myself, so I was typically going to do the 1-1-1 build and just play it straight up and defend and play defensively and turtle, but because I delayed his barracks for so long, I threw down a second barracks myself. Mine finished, mine was fully completed, and I'm just streaming Marines. You can see the rally points here right into his base. So he's in trouble now. He's pulling off the lines. I have 3 Marines to his 1. He just got another one. I killed that one, but he's not mining all this time. And my Marines are still streaming across the map 2 at a time to his 1. And because he's not even mining, he's definitely behind for sure. Now he's throwing down a tech lab, so I see this here. And as well, I'm transitioning into the 1-1-1. Well, kind of. I have 2 barracks, but I'm getting the factory here, and then I'll be getting the starport next. And once I get siege tanks out, it'll just destroy him. Once I get a Banshee out, it'll be done if he doesn't have any air to deal with that. So that's my thinking. Since I have the money, if you select my person here, you can see I have 380 minerals, 300 gas, so I'm actually doing poor macro at the moment, but I'm preparing to get siege tanks and starports. Right now all of my focus and all of my APM is on this battle here, so for the moment my macro is a bit slacking, but I've hotkeyed these barracks, so I'm still building here, and I'm still building SCVs at the same time. Now I'm getting the tech lab, now I'm getting the starport. You can see I'm throwing it all down. And now I'm in his base with 5 Marines here. He has a Marauder, but 5 Marines can deal with that, so that's not going to be a problem. And again, he's pulling off the line here. So this is just to show you, keep constant pressure. The second you get any little advantage early on, early game, you just keep constant pressure, constant harass. They can't keep up. They can't deal with it. As you can see, he's lost focus here for 2 seconds. I just killed like 3-4 SCVs. He's not mining all this time. He has a factory himself, but all he has is a Hellion. He has no tanks, no tech lab, nothing like that. He has no gas right now. He can't afford anything else. He doesn't have a starport. I've destroyed his tech lab on his barracks, so there will be no more marauders to defend him. So now I realize, well, this can overwhelm my 2 guys, so I'm just going to fall back with my 2 marines here. And actually I end up having 4 here, so I kind of commit here, but that's okay, because I'm still so far ahead. Now I've changed my rally points, fixed them back into my base. I'm already getting the siege tank here. I'm getting the tech lab on the starport. Gonna try and end this game right now. And here I'm throwing up a bunker just in case he counterattacks. It's always better to be safe than sorry. I can always salvage the bunker later on. So this is just to show you, I guess, the difference between a diamond level player and a silver level player. I keep the constant harass, the constant pressure. He can't keep up. He starts cracking. He starts making mistakes. And I'm still in really good shape. I now have my siege tank out. I'm getting siege mode. It's a little bit late to being researched, but I have another tank on the way, and I have 2 banshees queued up here as well. So he comes in here, and I'm just microing my tank a little bit. The Hellion dies, no problem, and tanks counter the marauders too, so that's not an issue at all. So now I've got 3 marines and a tank. Bunker here I didn't even end up having to use. And I now have a Banshee and 2 tanks. So now I think, and I'm even repairing my tank here because it's still early game at this point. No one's expanded. There's not a lot down on the field. Nobody has a big army. So every unit counts. So you want to really make it all count. Just throwing down more supply depots here. So now I'm pushing out with my force here. I have the Banshee, the 2 tanks, and 3 marines. I don't think he has any way of dealing with this whatsoever. I wish I could have showed you the other games against the actual diamond player who was a really good Terran player as well. I would say very close in skill to me. They were good games, but they were kind of boring. Typical Terran versus Terran, just Viking siege tank battles, and they were like 20 minutes long or more. This guy right here is actually the guy I played. I still have him on my friends list. And anyway, I'm glad this Terran versus Terran game didn't turn into that boring Viking tank battle that most do. So he actually has enough marines. He took out my Banshee. I wasn't really watching it too carefully there, but my siege tanks will just make short work of these marines. Never charge siege tanks with marines. Siege tanks can one-shot marines, and as you saw, he had probably over 10 marines, just pretty much got one-shot by both my tanks. And now I've got another Banshee here. I've got marauders now. I'm pumping myself, so he's in really rough shape, and that's it. He rage quits. That's the end of the match. I even say to him afterwards, like, "Oh, good game. You can pick the second map because it's best out of 3, right?" He just goes, "Fuck you, blah blah blah. I'm not playing. I forfeit." And then he goes on the website and reports that I lost all 3 games. And so anyway, I opened a support ticket. I obviously have the replay and the screenshots. And he got kicked out of the tournament, and I'm moving on. So there's 3 rounds left. I'll try and cast some of the other games, especially if I get near the top. It would definitely be exciting. There are people like IdrA, QXE, all the top players in the world right now. I'm pretty sure LZ Gamer, Huck, all these players are in this same tournament as I am right now. So that would be really exciting. If I play against any of them, I promise I'll cast those games. Alright, cheers.